Surprise! It's harvest time. What do you think I'm going to be harvesting? We have the maize doing really well. I am looking forward to harvesting this very soon. Oh man, it's looking good. Now, when I planted this maize, I decided before I planted the maize, I planted something else. You are in for a surprise. Just watch. I planted something else in the maize. Before the maize came, I had some onions here, you see. There you go. You know onions are ready to be picked when they all dry up like this. Ready to pick them. Now the maize are getting ready. I can pick my onions now. And the maize are going to take over. This is how you maximize space. You make the most with what you are having like this. It's amazing the amount of onions that I've had to pick here already. It's just amazing. This container is almost getting full. This one is going to get full soon. That was all the onions here. Look at it. It's all coming from here. Oh wow, look at this one. It's amazing, isn't it? Very big one here. I have another massive one here as well. You are watching the joys of urban gardening. These are organic onions. We didn't put any fertilizers, no chemicals on these onions. I'm going to take them home, keep them to dry, and they should last us a couple of months. I do this every year, and some years when I take out the onions, I planted peanuts. You can see a peanut plant here. I mean, some of us have never seen a peanut plant. This is how the peanut looks like. It puts the peanuts in the ground. I like gardening because gardening teaches us a lot. One of the things that you learn from gardening is patience. Patience, yes, patience. Because when you plant, you cannot harvest before time. When you plant, you have to wait for your crops to get ready for you to harvest them. The timing is not in your hands. It's actually in the crop that you've planted. You cannot force the plant to mature beforehand. You learn to be patient. You cannot harvest when it's not yet ready. If I tried to pick these onions a few weeks ago, it would not have been possible because the onions were not yet ready. Now they're ready to go home and be eaten. And the other lesson you learn when you garden is that timing is everything. There's a time to plant, there's a time to harvest. And if you miss any of the times, you are going to have a failed crop. Onions don't like the heat. That's why we plant them in March, in February and late May and late January. You have to know when to plant, because if you don't, you are going to miss the harvest. And the other thing that gardening teaches us is process. It's process. There are steps involved. You have to get the garden prepared, and you have to plant. You have to pull out the weeds, and you have to harvest and take the plants home. You harvest and take your produce home, which means that if you miss the planting season, there's going to be no nurturing. If you miss the nurturing, your crop will fail. And if you don't harvest, you're not going to eat. It's not enough to plant. You have to take care of what you've planted, and you also have to complete it by actually harvesting and taking it home. And that's why it's very important to be patient when you plant and wait, because if you don't do that, you are going to end up in failure. Now you may be telling me, or all what you are saying, how does that apply to me? I think there's a lot that you can learn from. What seeds have you planted? Are you patiently waiting to harvest? Or you are trying to harvest before time, before it gets ready? You may be in a relationship, and your would-be husband or wife is a diamond in the rough, and it's going to take time to get them where you want them to be. Are you going to be patient enough to wait? Or are you going to pull the plug beforehand? You need to be patient. You need to wait. If not, you may miss out on an excellent opportunity. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you can do me a favor by sharing this video, subscribing to my channel, I am going to be extremely pleased with you. Sow a seed in what I'm doing by liking this video, and you know what, sharing it. Thank you very much for doing that. And if you need tips on urban gardening, what to plant, when, and how to take care of them, please reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. I have been doing this for quite a while, and I think you can learn one or two things. Thank you so much. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You've been listening to Dr. drtangumonkem with iemapproach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and you know what? Deploy it.